Well, well, well. Here we go again. Another day. Another absurdity from the so-called leaders of the free world. Tariffs on Canadian goods. Fentanyl fear-mongering at the border. And now, whispers of the orange snake setting its sights on the Arctic. Oh, please, if he thinks we're going to roll over and let him slither into our territory, he's got another think coming. Welcome to the Crabby Tabby Report, where news meets common sense and stupidity meets my claws. Let's break it down, shall we? The tariff debacle. President Trump, in his infinite wisdom, threatened to slap a 25% tariff on Canadian goods, citing our alleged failure to curb fentanyl trafficking and illegal immigration. This move, set to take effect on February 4th, was conveniently paused for 30 days after Prime Minister Trudeau had a couple of chummy phone calls with Trump. In exchange, Canada has pledged to deploy 10,000 troops to the northern border and appoint a fentanyl czar to tackle the opioid crisis. Let's be clear. The majority of fentanyl entering the U.S. comes through its southern border, not from Canada. U.S. Customs agents seized 43 pounds of fentanyl at the Canadian border during the last fiscal year, compared to 21,100 pounds at the Mexican border. So, why the sudden focus on Canada? Could it be a diversionary tactic? Or perhaps an attempt to strong-arm us into submission? Either way, it's a classic case of misdirection. The fentanyl farce. The narrative that Canada is a significant conduit for fentanyl into the U.S. is not only misleading but also insulting. While any amount of drug trafficking is unacceptable, the data clearly shows that the primary source is elsewhere. Yet we're being coerced into taking measures that, while beneficial, are disproportionate to our contribution to the problem. It's akin to blaming the cat for the dog's mess, and as a cat, I take great offense to that. The Starlink saga, and Musk's machinations now. Let's turn our gaze to the tech titan, Elon Musk, a man whose ego is as boundless as space itself. Ontario Premier Doug Ford recently announced the cancellation of a $68 million contract with Musk's Starlink, a move aimed at retaliating against the U.S. tariffs. Musk's ventures are not without controversy. His recent actions, including a gesture resembling a fascist salute during a public event, have sparked widespread criticism and raised questions about his influence over government affairs. Moreover, Musk's political interventions are complicating the global expansion of Starlink. His involvement in politics has led to setbacks, including tensions in South Africa over his criticisms of the country's laws and backlash in Canada due to his donations to Donald Trump's campaign. It's high time we scrutinize the actions of such individuals and question whether their influence aligns with our national interests. Standing firm. Buy Canadian. In these turbulent times, it's imperative that we, as Canadians, stand united. The proposed tariffs and the antics of figures like Musk are direct attacks on our sovereignty and economic stability. But we are not powerless. By choosing to buy Canadian, we can bolster our economy and send a clear message that we will not be bullied. Support local businesses, prioritize homegrown products, and invest in our communities. Every dollar spent within our borders strengthens our position and resilience. The orange snake's Arctic aspirations. Now, let's address the slithering serpent in the room. Trump's interest in the Arctic, particularly the Northwest Passage, has been thinly veiled. With melting ice opening new shipping routes, the strategic and economic allure is undeniable. However, the U.S. has yet to ratify the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, which complicates its claims in the Arctic. Canada has long maintained that the Northwest Passage falls within our territorial waters, a claim disputed by the U.S. and others. But let me be unequivocal. any attempt to infringe upon our sovereignty in the Arctic will be met with staunch resistance. The North is in our blood, and we will not bow to external pressures. In conclusion, this entire saga reeks of political posturing and economic bullying. Canada is not some meek mouse to be toyed with. We are a proud nation with a rich history and an unyielding spirit. To the orange snake eyeing our territory, slither elsewhere. We will not back down. And there you have it, folks. More proof that the world has lost its collective mind. But don't worry. I'll be here, sifting through the nonsense so you don't have to. Canada isn't backing down, and neither am I. If you liked what you heard, hit that subscribe button and ring-a-ting the bell. Because someone needs to keep an eye on these fools, and it sure as hell isn't them. This has been the Crabby Tabby Report. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strong, and remember, never bow to a snake.